Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, species around the multiverse, welcome to Geek Syndicate VidCast episode 3. I am Monts.
Okay, corral. Okay, corral. Wyatt roamed the western door. He fought the best by nature. He preferred it kinda peaceful, sorta slow and sort of easy go. But he was quick on the draw, and Wyatt's up was low.
I was just about to accompany you.
How? You can't even play the guitar. Put it down before you hurt yourself.
The hell were you singing?
That was the theme from Gunfight the OK Corral by Dimitri Tolkien, as sung by Frankie Lane.
Why was that in your head?
It's because I was watching it on the way down.
Did you memorise this song just from watching it on the way down?
No, yes, Dave, I did.
That's bullshit.
That's the way I roll. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about geek stuff, of which Western is kind of geeky.
No, it is. I think it comes under the genre banner.
Yeah, see? Boom.
Yeah, all right. Boom. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was I got to see a preview of a movie which was based on a book written by Mike Carey. Now, what was really interesting, it's a British-made movie, and the book was called The Girl with All the Gifts. And essentially, it's a zombie story. I read the book. It was amazing. I've never seen a zombie story quite like it. And what was really interesting was that Mike Carey also wrote a screenplay.
Oh, cool.
For the movie, which you don't, maybe it's America, you don't often see that.
No, normally you kind of they sort of consult. So actually to have that much involvement in it, that's pretty cool.
There were differences, but it felt so faithful. It stars Paddy Considine, who I've loved for a while, ever since he did the film Dead Man's Shoes, which was awesome. Glenn Close and Gemma Arterton.
Great show.
And there's a young girl whose name escapes me right now, who was fantastic. And it's all basically it starts out with these kids, yeah, like in orange jumpsuits, like they're in prison.
Okay, yeah, because I've seen the trailer for it.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
But because when you read the book as well, it takes you a little while to work out that the kids are like just intelligent zombies. No real spoiler because that's just right in the first minute. But was horrible. You think they're kids. Why are they so scared of them? And there's this bit where Paddy Considine's a character who basically, at the beginning of it, is a bit of a bastard. He just like gets his skin underneath the nose of one of them so they can smell his flesh. And his kid just starts going, and it's horrible. I can do that, but it's horrible. You're sitting there going, I feel horrible.
Well, you just did it. I don't want to hit you with a guitar.
Well, no, exactly. It was the kids were amazing.
Right.
Kids were amazing. Really, what did you think of the trailer?
I thought it looked terrifying. Personally, I put it on my to avoid list because it looked terrifying. It kind of had that kind of 28 days later meets Children of Men, and to me that's not a happy time.
It is not a happy time.
It's not happy. I mean, I'm sure it's a great film.
It's not as bleak as Children of Men.
Well, what is?
Yeah, exactly. The Road. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was because at the end of the day, it is horrifying.
Yeah.
And poor old Michaela, who I went to see, who kind of does a lot of our book stuff at GS,
Ooh.
she came to see it with me, and she was like, "I've got to go home on my own." It was like, yeah.
And did you just go laters?
Yeah. You're on your own, kid.
Good luck.
And we both loved it. Thought it was very faithful to the book. But even though it was fairly horrifying in places, just these kids, whenever you put kids in a horror movie, it's not going to go well.
It's not good.
But it was about family, and it was about love, and it was about empathy. So to have a horror movie that was about all of those things was really, really amazing.
You are my special girl, and I'll never let you go.
Because it's a British movie, it's really worth supporting, because I don't think that kind of movie will get as much of a boost as it deserves. So my recommendation is, if it comes to a cinema local to you, fork out some money, go see it. I think it's well worth it.
And yes, unless you're terrified of zombies, in which case avoid it like the plague.
What he said.
Yeah.
You can save everybody. Oh my God.
let's switch mediums over to that sparkly box that we call television.
A sparkly box.
Yeah.
So, but you ain't got any sparkles on my TV.
I ain't got, no, you're right. I've got beer on top of my TV. So Sky One launched a new big budget show a couple of weeks ago called Hooten and the Lady.
Has it started?
It started, yeah. Where have you been?
Okay.
Okay, one of us can stay put while the other one escapes.
And by one of us, you mean me. This woman is seriously hazardous to my health. Every time we're together, some nut job tries to kill me.
Because I'm a lady, you think I sit around all day being waited on hand and foot by butler?
Do you know the Queen?
This is basically a action adventure show in the style of... See, people keep saying Indiana Jones. I would say in the style of like a Romance in the Stone.
Do you know what? I was about to say it reminds me of Romance in the Stone made for TV.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's that, you know, it's like the minute you've got like Lost Cities, jungles, everyone automatically goes to Indiana Jones. Now, to be fair, in the first episode, they did rip off a lot of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
But I still think the vibe overall was a kind of Romance in the Stone. All of that should add up to a fantastic show.
Oh, I hear a but.
But it doesn't.
No!
Well,
'Cause
no.
I saw that. I thought the trailer looked awesome.
Do you know what, right? Do you know what? So the first episode was a bust for me. And I think because I'm such a fan of pulp adventure stuff,
Yeah.
that I automatically set the bar really high.
Let me guess. Did they hit a lot of familiar tropes?
Yeah.
A lot of stereotyped pulp adventure types.
But that's not necessarily a problem, because like one of the films that I really like is The Mummy, with like Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz,
yeah.
the first Mummy film.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, but the director that blatantly said, "Hey, I'm just ripping off Indiana Jones," blatantly. But I really enjoyed The Mummy because I liked the dialogue, I liked the effects. The story was fun. You know what I mean? It was a fun. It moved with a fast clip, and
It made me want to watch it again.
and it had a lot of chemistry. The characters in it. Whereas I think with this one, it just felt, even the chemistry felt a bit forced and a bit jarring. And it had a load of other characters that were kind of back at the museum that just did nothing really, other than go, she's missing. However, I felt the second episode where, and it's set in Italy, I thought that was better. But effectively, I watched it. I thought, that's pretty good. And then someone went, it's basically angels and demons.
Well, see, my question was going to be, how far can you push that concept in a TV series? Because in a movie, you can get a whole narrative going, but in a TV series, you got a new narrative every episode, or...
But that's what I quite like, is the only sort of plot that sort of follows on really is the fact that they know each other.
Right.
So the story in episode 2 was completely different from episode 1. But I thought episode 2 was a stronger episode.
Are you giving it a go?
I'm going to stick with it because I love pulp adventure. But I would say if you've not seen it, tread lightly. Check out the first episode. If it's not for you, I completely understand.
Tread lightly.
Yeah.
Like it.
Because there'd be traps and spiders and stuff like that. Also as well, the title music is rubbish. It's just rubbish. I'm sorry, I'm going to put it right there. What you got to do with a rock and all that? Just give me some... You know what I mean? Some kind of anthemic Indiana Jones style music.
What is? They're using that. They're doing that.
The music in the show's all right, but as I said, the title music's just a bit. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's Hooten and Lady.
Done. So over the summer I was in Spain and I got the chance to go to Barcelona and I found my way to a comic shop called Norma Comics. Now I was there 2 years ago.
Don't need to point at me, man.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Number one, the staff are so friendly.
Yeah.
So I went in and said, I want a comic that reminds me of Barcelona once I've gone. I went, follow me. Took this comic and it said Norma edition. So they're printing their own editions.
Oh, really?
And stuff by the looks of it.
What's the difference there?
I don't know.
Okay.
But I mean, I think they had sponsored this. So it was a comic called Barcelona, and it was an anthology of about 20 different comics called Barcelona. Amazing. So I went back this time. I said, have they produced another one? He went, no, but you might like this, and this. I was like, no, but great for giving me options. I saw a book there about one of my favourite comic artists. It was like €35. I went, I can get this anytime. Just check Amazon. £200. Yeah, I'll get this now. Do you know what I mean? It was great. But the space, I mean, as you can see, it's huge.
Yeah.
It's got loads of stuff for kids, loads for adults, so many different types of genres. Never have I wanted to speak another language more and to buy stuff. You've got merchandise, but it's very much a comic, not like Forbidden Planet, which isn't everything. This is a comic shop, and the merchandise is based around comics. And that's just upstairs. Downstairs, you can find all the manga. And all the anime and all the manga merchandising. I didn't spend much time down there, but upstairs was incredible. But more than that, on the way out, as you buy your stuff and you go out, you find yourself in a comic book based restaurant. Yeah, and a lot of the dishes are named for like European comics. That's how you do it. Amazing. Complete experience. Did our shopping, went and sat outside where they had some stuff, the menus all comic-ified. Brilliant.
So basically what you're saying is that's what we need more of over here.
Comics and food. And not like they used to do it in, was it Waterstones, where you used to you could go into the cafe and eat, so people would take their books, thumb through it, get food on it, and then go and put it back. This time you have to buy it, but right there, you can go and eat afterwards, chill out with your friends. I think
that's the thing, is we almost need that more kind of, not community aspect in comic shops, because I think that's there anyway. But I definitely think we need some changes, I guess, just to change things up a little bit. And I think I quite like the idea of that.
It's interesting though, part of it is space. I mean, like in London, you're talking premium, I don't even know how much it's going to cost, but because the continent, a lot of things are built in like plazas, and it's more space to talk and to sit. It's just designed with more space than we have in London.
Yeah.
It's easier to, be outside. Also, it rains less.
I still think a comic shop with a bar.
Yeah,
I'm going to throw out jazz band again because I've been throwing out every episode, but comic shop, jazz bar in the back.
I'm with you all the way, brother.
All there.
You all the way. So that's Geek Syndicate VidCast episode 3. We done for now, so you know the score. Join us at geeksyndicate.co.uk. Email us at thegeeks@geeksyndicate.co.uk. Check us out on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, on Instagram. We're on all of those. So till next time, Geek Syndicate, we out.